You know, for about as long as we've had cinema, we've been watching guys like John Wayne or Clint Eastwood kicking back shots of warm whiskey without even blinking an eye. But is that really the right way to do it? Back in those days, times were tough. People drank more for the effect rather than the flavor. But today, we have the advantage of being able to drink more for the pleasure, for the aroma, for the flavor. Back when I was bartending, I can't tell you how many times someone would order a nice single malt or a craft whiskey, even a añejo tequila. When I would ask them if they would like a dash of water or a water back, they would look at me like I was crazy. I would never press the issue. I would simply hand them your standard issue bar rocks glass with a little whiskey or whatever spirit they ordered in there. They never complained. They seemed to enjoy it. But were they really getting the most out of their money? I don't think so. You don't have to believe me. You can prove it to yourself at home. And all you need is a glass of cold water, and you may want to invest in some different kind of glassware. I have here a cordial glass, a port glass, whatever you want to call it, and I also have the official Glencairn whiskey glass, which we sell in our Beyond the Label store. $8.99 and I would say $4.99 to $7.99, somewhere in that price range. And your water. Now, the Scots, the people who make single malt scotch, have always added water to their whiskey. In fact, if you go to a local pub, you'll see little pitchers of cool water there ready to be added to the single malts or blended scotches or whatever they're drinking. Now, how do we get the water in there? There's a couple ways to go about this, but if you're just starting out, I prefer a medicine dropper. You can pick these up at any local drugstore. In fact, the good people at Walgreens gave me 30 of these when they found out I was doing a class for free. So, thanks to them. Now, in the spirit of being secure in our masculinity, because we are adding water to our whiskey, guys, and also in the spirit of all the new female aficionados that are getting on the whiskey bandwagon, I'm going with pink. So, first off, we do want to smell our straight whiskey, and it's going to help if you dump a little bit in each glass. That way you can really get the true measure of what's going on here. This already smells better in the whiskey glass versus this wide open bowl in the rocks glass. You see how these both have a wider bowl that focuses towards a more tapered nose? That's exactly what it does, is focus. It focuses the aroma up towards the top of the glass, so it kind of shoots it into your nasal cavity a little better. Now, time for water. I recommend an equal amount in each glass so you can really tell the difference. And we're going to start out with just a few drops. Now, there's a lot of debate among Scotch aficionados and experts, especially about the temperature of your water. Some people say room temp, others say cool, others say ice cold. And that's all up for debate. But if you are just starting out and getting into appreciating single malt scotches or craft bourbons or even other spirits, I recommend cold water, because what that's going to do is the cooler the water, the more it's going to quell that alcohol heat that you're getting on the nose. It's what kind of, especially when novices, people who are new to scotch, smell scotch, kind of chokes you up a little bit. There's a pretty intense alcoholic heat that comes off the nose. It can kind of choke you up. Cool water is going to quell that quite a bit. So let's just go with cool water for the time being. Once you get more into it, you can decide what temperature you like your water. And then we are going to do a smell comparison. And you are going to notice right off the bat how much more aroma comes out of the whiskey with just a few drops of water. Doesn't really matter which glass it's in. These both work great. You're going to get more fruit notes. You're going to get more of those confectionery notes, the caramel, the chocolate, the vanilla. All of these things manifest themselves and really open up with the addition of just a few drops. It's really the way it's meant to be drunk. And guys, this doesn't just work with scotch or bourbon. It works great with any aromatic spirit, really. Tequila, barrel-aged rum, gin, even vodka. The only thing I wouldn't recommend it for is fine cognac or brandy. Those don't traditionally get water added to them, so we don't want to be messing up our high-end cognac with a little water. It's meant to be drank as is. Try this at home, guys. Let me know what you think. I think you're going to be majorly impressed with how much more you get out of your whiskey with just a few drops of water. Let me know what you think. See you next time.